Right.
Everybody listening to the replay, we're getting everybody live right now. So hold tight, hold your nips. This is just raw. We raw dog this. I'm a fan of the raw dog. Okay, Peter, we're live. We're live here on YouTube. We're live here on everywhere, but we got to get you live on IG. Got a special guest, fuckers.
Yes.
Okay, Peter, I see you there.
Are you able to send me some kind of invite?
All right, fuckers, just go to YouTube. Go to Yogi Bryan channel on YouTube. Just get over to YouTube. The Instagram live's not working. Get over to YouTube, Yogi Bryan channel. Boom. Yeah. Fuck it. Technology. All right,
Technology,
welcome
bro.
everybody. We got Peter Hog here from Norway, NLP master practitioner, masturbator. No, master practitioner.
NLP is in the house, yo.
Yo, how's it going? Cheers to the coffee. Coffee talk with Yogi Bryan.
Let's go. And some
Welcome.
carbonated water from Norway.
What's it called?
It's called Ramlusa.
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 Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to. I'm coming out there. We're doing a co thing in May, right?
Yes. Yep. That's for sure. We're gonna have some fun. Teach some NLP to all the good people of Scandinavia.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
Norway,
release the
Sweden.
fucks.
Gonna release all the fucks, bro. All the
Release
fucks.
all the fucks. So I met Peter back in July. I did a NLP practitioner course with the one and only Richard Bandler. And Peter just walked up to me in the lobby right before class. And how tall are you, man? Like, how fucking tall are you? Like this big, like I thought I was like in the Viking show. Like Peter just walks up to me, he's like, hey. And he had a nice, nice, very shaved bald head. And we became friends.
I was like, I think I just took your shoulder and was like, hello. You are a bald man with a beard, and I am a bald man with a beard. We should be friends.
Yes. That's how it
And
happened.
that's how magic is created.
Yes. Yeah, it was 9 day training. So 9 day training with Richard Bandler, co-founder of NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. And Peter is a master trainer in NLP. So I know I was joking around masturbator, and you would never do something like that, but you're a master neuro linguistic programmer trainer. You teach trainings in,
Let's split them. I'm
yeah,
a
let's
master
go.
practitioner and a trainer because the master trainer is just the honorary title or is the honorary title for those who have like trained thousands of thousands of thousands of people. But I am the guy who trains people, and I've dedicated almost 15 years of my life to teaching NLP and just living NLP. I call it neurolinguistic development, because we gotta like uh, I'm sure you guys have talked about this on this show before, but like think about it. No one ever taught you how to think, and
Mhm.
that's quite fucked up. You just s- popped your eyes out. You got like squirted out of some place, and then you were born. You were alive, and then put into the care of more or less competent people who were thinking more or less great thoughts, and then you were just given the keys to your life and go like, all right, go on and live your life, my son. And some of us were fortunate enough to have great parents with great thoughts and great insights, and others aren't that lucky. And then we've
Right?
just tried to do the best thing, but no one ever taught us or taught us how to think. And that's what I feel like NLP practitioners are doing. We teach you how to think better.
Yes. Yes. And how the fuck do we think better, especially around stressful times? We got 8 fuckers on live. Throw in the chat where you're from, fuckers on live on YouTube. We're going to really go deep into just thinking better. So what is how can somebody start thinking better, like from scratch? They don't know what the fuck their problem is. How can they think better?
Oh, start just shimmy off the negativity.
Shimmy it off right here. Shimmy off the negativity.
Let's
Shimmy off.
go.
Yeah.
No, but for real, it's our mind creates patterns. Like all your emotions and all of your thoughts and ideas, it's a part it's constructed to some part. Like it's you've created patterns and you've started thinking like this is how life is and this is how I should respond to this situation. And this goes completely automatic. It goes it's unconscious stuff, which is why hypnosis works so well. So the first thing we got to do is just release the fox and start acknowledging that your mind is thinking on autopilot. So you are actually you're actually capable of um, you're actually capable of controlling those thoughts when you learn that they start on autopilot. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Autopilot, just cruising. Autopilot cruising. And for the YouTube fuckers in here, what specific questions do you have about NLP, neuro linguistic programming? The topic of today's episode is just thinking better and thinking better through NLP, neurology, linguistic, language, and programming the subconscious mind. So, Peter, just for somebody who has no fucking clue what NLP is, like, what is NLP? What is neuro linguistic and then programming? For somebody just coming on, they don't know what this shit is. Can you explain to them what that is?
Yes. It's a let's just do it make it as easy as possible. It's a technology that helps you think on purpose instead of succumbing to the automatic thoughts. You can teach yourself how to think on purpose, and that is basically what NLP is. It starts out with you learning how to use your senses and all of your sensory inputs to create a response to external events. Like if you and I saw a car crash and I was a trained paramedic and you were a bum. No.
Yeah.
Like okay, if two people they see the same car crash, and one is a trained paramedic and one is a finance dude, and they would most likely witness the same external event and have completely different reactions and perspectives to what that external event means. Which means that their sensory input has interpreted the same thing, but their mind has created a completely different story and narrative of what that thing means. And this is what neurolinguistic programming does. It teaches you how to better that storytelling. Yes,
Better the storytelling.
better the storytelling.
I love that. I love that. I'm glad I'm a bum too. Thank you. Appreciate that. Why the fuck did I bring on this show again? No, just kidding. Just kidding. People in the comments, fuckers in the comments. We got Melissa, we got Maria. Do you have any specific issue that you want to work on? And then we can kind of break it down. It's always good to have like a demo, right? To show what NLP is. Like we talked about the car crash or whatever, and they have two different pictures, what's going on, beliefs to it. But it's like, yeah, let's see if anybody on here wants to. This show is a participatory show. Is that even a word? Participatory? Is that a word, Peter?
I'm Norwegian,
That's
brother.
not even your first language.
This is like I think I learned Swedish before I learned English, so this is my third language.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Dang.
but Swedish and Norwegian
Participatory.
is just participatory.
I think that is a word. I think that's a word. Sometimes I make up shit. I make up new words. But yeah, if you're watching, we got 9 fuckers watching, and this show just started. I mean, episode 2 just started. So for you fuckers that look back on this episode, there's gonna be thousands, millions. I mean, how many billions of people are on this planet, Peter? And we're gonna have you on again. You're gonna be a regular guest.
Thank
So
you.
there's gonna be billions on the live. It's gonna be the best show ever. Melissa says fear of letting go of the past. So Peter, break this down. Melissa, thanks for being an awesome fucker in the comments. Fear of letting go of the past. So how would
Yes.
NLP work for this?
First of all, shout out to Ontario, Canada. Never been there. Really want to go. Fear of letting go of the past. Um, well, the first thing we would be doing with NLP is to find out exactly what does that mean. Like we would use the meta model. We would like start meta modeling and understanding which parts of the past. And because right now what's happening in my head is that that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of meta modeling the question, trying to figure out the best approach to it. Um,
And what is the
but
meta model?
the meta
Just on
model,
a
yeah,
easy overview.
the meta model is let's just call it a model of a structure of language patterns that helps you dive into the underlying meaning of things. So if you ask me, are you good? And I say, yes, I'm good. Your question should be, what does good mean to you? So just to just be more specific. So fear of letting go of the past. It's like, are you afraid of letting go of something positive or something negative from the past? Is it something from the past that kind of has its hooks into you? Or is the past so good that you're afraid to start living the future? Which part is it?
Uh, so it's breaking it down. It's
Yes.
breaking it down. And also like how long is the past? So Melissa, we're gonna give you some free NLP, free hypnosis, and using this as a demo so everybody else can process this too. So letting go of the past is how long's the fucking past? Like, is it yesterday? Is it 3 months ago? And Peter, let me know if this is this is from
Yep.
watching Bandler too. It's like, yeah, is the past a year ago, 3 years ago? Is it a specific time in the past? So fear of letting go of the past, like what the fuck is the past? And throw it in the comments. Throw it in the comments, Melissa, as you're throwing in the comments. And Peter, can you see the comments too? Are you able to see
I can
the
see the
comments?
comments. I can
Awesome.
see the comments.
And fuckers watching the episode replay, please comment your thoughts also, even though this is in the past. See what we're doing here? Past, how long in the past? And as you're doing it, Melissa, okay, so Melissa says years. How many years? How many years? And then yeah, talk about that a little bit more, Peter, like in terms of past and being specific.
Yes. Um, he's just throwing me the ball. I appreciate it. It's like the past. It's like it's like sometimes it's like a ball that you just clump together and you just call it the past.
Yeah,
When in reality, it's like maybe one event, two events, three events, four, five, six, seven events over a time span of, in Melissa's circumstance, 20 years,
20 plus years.
20 plus years. So is it every single day and every single hour of all of those 20 years? Or has the past been like clumped together in a whole large ball of empty blackness? So Melissa says it's a couple of major events, right?
Couple major events.
So now we've gone from,
Uh,
yeah,
I'm picturing it like a fucking recycle place where it's like all the cans crumpled up and then put in the fucking,
yes.
yeah.
Just put it all in there, baby. It's the past. And but now we've gone from the past into a couple of major events across a span of 20 plus years. And dealing with a couple of major events is a lot easier than dealing with the entire past. It's it's lighter, so to speak. But the brain needs to generalize and needs to categorize information because it makes it easier to deal with. And the stronger the emotions are, the more generalized the experience will be remembered as. So it sounds lighter. Yes, Melissa,
Boom. Yeah,
it does
we're gonna
sound
fix your
lighter.
shit right here. Melissa, we're gonna fix your
And
shit on this live.
a big part of NLP is visualization and hypnosis. I think that's why we bonded so good, Brian. Um, and a big part of it is visualization and hypnosis. And what's interesting is that, like, so we got 9 people watching right now, and I'm just gonna ask you guys, have you ever seen a movie and got real emotions from that movie? I'm guessing yes. You've seen like a scary movie and you've gotten a little bit scared from that movie, right? And that's that's how the brain works. The brain does not separate reality from the vivid imagination in your mind. So it doesn't separate what is actually real from what it believes to be true. And that is a fucking superpower because it allows you to create memories and images in your mind that gives you great emotions. And your body and your neurology has no way of knowing if this actually happened or if this is just a movie in your head. Because just as you watch a movie on TV, you can get real emotions. So we got to start creating movies about the past that has a different or a slightly different point of view. For instance, putting on some more vivid imagery or vivid colors of your past movies, right? So, Melissa, when you're thinking about, let's say, one of those past events, and I want you to just for a moment begin to create an image in your mind of one of those events, right? Like it could be one event or the other event, not that event. But some event that you feel before this conversation you felt were a little bit difficult to think about. And I want you to right now just begin to create that image in your head. And I want you to be aware of how far away in your mind is that image. Is it like this far away? 30, 15 inches far away? 30 inches? And what colors do you see the image in? Notice if there are any sounds. And just notice what happens if the still image begins to move. What happens to the emotion inside your mind, inside your body? And for the rest of you guys, if you also have memories that you feel somewhat negative about, you can just do the same thing. Begin to create an image of one of those moments. Be aware which colors it has, or if it's black and white. Most negative memories are pictured in your mind as black and white or very dull, dark grayish colors. And notice what happens when you begin to change small things about that memory. Notice what happens when you begin to change yourself now, where you can change some of those small details, for instance, going from still to movement, from black and white to color. And notice what happens if you just keep pushing it further away from you. For some of you can just close your eyes and it could make it even easier to do. And if you want to keep your eyes open, you can do that as well. Just notice what happens to the emotion in your body when you start changing the images in your mind now. And while you play with these images for a little bit, let us know in the chat how it makes you feel. Because this is a lot easier to calibrate the effect of this when we have the client right in front of us.
Yes.
But I'm going to actively interpret the silence in the chat as people are actively doing this right now. And they're having great effects because it is a great effect. And it's the first step of taking more control of your life now and learning how to think on purpose.
Throw in the chat how you're feeling. So we got Cambria Yoga, self-doubt teaching yoga. Cat Lady Ola. So Melissa says started black, changing.
Yes, that's true. Change to red, then white. And what happened to the emotion when you changed it to white, Melissa? While we're waiting for the comments in the chat, let me tell you a quick story. I was talking to this girl once, and she told me, "Peter, I have the worst fear of flying ever." And I was like, "Ah, interesting." So, are you the images that comes up in your mind when you're thinking about being afraid of flying? What kind of images is it? And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I go, "Well, are you afraid of flying, or are you afraid of being in a plane that is falling down?" And she's like, "I am very much afraid of being in a plane that is falling down." Okay, so the images that comes in your head when you're thinking about fear of flying, are they you being relaxed, sipping some bad wine? Or is it a chaos situation where the plane is falling down? It was very much the last thing. And that made her realize that her fear and strategy of fear was very, very good. And it was exactly the thing she needed when in a situation that demanded that strategy. So we just moved that strategy to another place, and now she's not afraid of flying anymore. And Melissa has written that she felt a very much sense of relief,
Mm.
and it's weird. So Melissa, just by doing that little thing, creating and being the director of the movie theater inside your mind, just by doing that, you feel a sense of relief. Isn't that quite magical?
Yes. The movie, yeah. When you're talking about that, it's so true. Like in terms of the movie, like creating the movie in your mind. It's like it, I love that because I was thinking that myself. It's like when you wake up every morning, it's like what movie you're gonna pick out to play. Like I was just thinking that
Yes.
myself, and like for my own head, I'm picking shitty movies sometimes. I'm picking the fucking horror movies, right? Like I wouldn't go R.I.P. Blockbuster, right? Going to Blockbuster. Do they have Blockbuster in Norway? Where the I'm sure they had something like it, right? Where you can
We
go
had
rent a
something like it.
movie.
Yes.
It's like I'm going to the fucking horror section every day. I'm waking up and I'm just going to the fucking horror section. Like, what's the possible worst thing that can happen to me? Oh yeah, let me put the Fear of Flying fucking movie in, you know? And it's like, yeah, I can go to the action section, or I can go to the, peaceful section. I can go here, I can go here. I can play what movie I want in my mind. I can choose that.
Yes. You can. And it's so easy sometimes. But that's what happens. And like in another episode we can deep dive into this and explain why this is happening because it has to do with brain waves. But for this episode, let's just stick to the movies and be like the because when you're picking out the horror movie, then you're basically assuming how other people are going to react, how other people are going to behave, and then you're kind of unconsciously manifesting shitty behavior. And it's it's to me, it's something that I used to do for many, many, many years. I used to
And
work in
play shitty
customer
movies.
service. Yes, bro. Like I made the shittiest movies. I made movies where I had absolutely no confidence. I made movies where I was a fucking nobody. And when I was working in customer service, like the alarm clock went off, beep 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 beep, and I'm like, oh shit, oh oh, and then my mind starts spinning. And I'm like, okay, what is going to happen today? Oh, I'm going to be talking to shitty ass customers. Oh, I'm probably going to be talking to that guy. Oh, last time I was talking to that guy, it was terrible. I'm going to probably have an argument with my boss. And I was just playing all of these fucked up movies in my head. And what did that do to like the energy? What did that do to the flow? It
Mhm.
completely messes it up, you know?
Yeah,
And I
100%,
really like what
100%.
Melissa says here. Like we forget how much that mental health is mental fitness. And it's absolutely true.
Mental fitness. Got to get those mental dumbbells, those mental reps. It's true. That shaker machine. You know that shaker machine? Mental shaker. If you're watching the visual, hide your wife, hide your kids. You gotta do the
We're
shaker
gonna
thing for your
we're
head.
gonna do the mental shaking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, who
This is gonna
invented
be
that? That's
a meme.
crazy. Just like
It's
mental
gonna
shake. I mean, it's funny, right? And then we got Maria.
yes.
Maria, are you still on? Maria, she's said she's going through a divorce 20 years today. It's the 20-year anniversary, having a hard time visualizing my future. So, Maria, if you're still on, let's chat about
A
that
very
because then we're talking about the future, right?
That's a very long divorce. It's
That
going
is
on for 20 years.
shit. Is the divorce going 20 years or it's 20 years since the divorce? If you if you're still here, Maria, if you're watching the replay, who else is on? Throw in the chat. Melissa, you've been awesome. And keep chatting with us. Keep chatting with us. This is
Yes.
a interactive episode. So we want to see your okay. Maria's still on here. Let's
She
chat,
is
Maria.
here.
Maria, chat.
Let's go,
So
Maria.
how long are you just going through the divorce or has the divorce been okay, 20 years married?
Ah, I thought 20 years ago you were like initiating the divorce talks, and then the divorce talks just continued for 20 years. That, that
That'd be
sounded
yeah.
extremely difficult. But so you've been married for 20 years and now you're getting divorced. I'm really sorry to hear that, Maria.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
it's nothing fun. October. Um, I had a mentor once who told me that sometimes we need to because in this let me just say that in this coaching, mental training, become the best version of you kind of thing. This misconception of always thinking positive. I don't believe in that shit. I believe in dealing with the fucking emotions, you know? I believe in sitting in the emotion, feeling them, feeling the energy from them, feeling the sorrow, the grief, the joy, the love, the happiness, the 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 highs and the lows, which is probably what you are feeling too, Maria. And like we can work on like visualizing the future where you create an image of yourself like just tomorrow. You can begin seeing yourself tomorrow in your head right now, which is visualizing the future. But before we begin creating this huge, vivid, fantastic point of view of your entire future, we got to make sure that you're dealing with the grief first. We got to do that. So how you doing, Maria? How you feeling?
On point, man. On point. You know, the feeling, the healings and the feelings. It really
Oof.
is. It really
We should
is.
make healings in the feelings.
Healings and the feelings, and then like nips, like spirals around the nips, you
Yes.
know? I'm gonna do that. That's a new shirt idea. I'm gonna do like spirals around the nips, like healings and the feelings, and then like arrows going to the nips. I'm gonna
That's
do
a
that.
great
Yeah.
shirt.
Breakups are tough. Like I've been through two divorces, and the first one, while Maria's commenting, I just want to share, and then we'll go back to you, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through two of them. The first one, I was with her for almost 8 years, married almost five. And then the second one I was only married like a year, so that was like a fucking oops, but she's awesome. And like loss just comes in waves. Like it just
Mm.
comes in waves. Like one moment, and maybe Maria, you feel this way. Like one moment you feel so fucking good. I'm free. I haven't thought about him or her. I feel good. The future's looking good. And then the next fucking moment, it's like sheer hopelessness. You miss this person. I'm sad. I want him back. Anxiety attack. No, I want how it used to be. And then random fucking thoughts of like, oh, this orange juice reminded me of her, or like this song came on, reminded me. You're in the Uber,
Mm.
right? And then you don't have control of the radio, and then the fucking song comes on, Shabuzi or some whatever the fuck it is. It just talking
Why
about a personal
Shabuzi?
experience. I'm talking
Yeah,
about this could
good.
be a friend, maybe it's myself. But yeah, it just comes and goes and comes in waves. And you get to a point where like time goes on, you like don't think of this person at all. And then you're like, oh shit, like a week gone by, and like I haven't thought about this person. Like now I'm excited for the future. So I just wanted to share a little insight that way.
Mm.
Like the healing is in the feelings. You got to feel all that nasty emotions come up. So yeah, let's see what Maria said.
Yes. So today is your anniversary and you're still living together, but you divorced in October and you have 3 kids. How hmm, yeah, the healing's in the feelings, man. I woke up. Hmm.
Yeah, anniversaries are tough too. So it's like the 20-year anniversary. Like there's no getting around that shit. Like it's tough. And allow those feelings to come up. Like just allow them to come up. Like in terms of
Yes.
meditation, you allow the feelings to come up, you breathe through it, you cry through it, you shake through it, you feel the shit, you journal through it. Just feel it. Going through it. Yeah, anniversaries are just fucking hard.
Hmm.
Like,
Maria, you want to try something? Um, so you don't have to type anything now, but I want you to just take a deep breathe in, a deep breath in, and just let it out. And just begin breathing in your own pace. And I want to just quickly tell you a very, very short story that can allow you to process some of the emotions and help you change out some of the thought patterns that is happening inside your mind right now. So you can just begin to close your eyes now and take a deep breath and breathe at your own pace. And I want you to begin to visualize a huge mirror in front of you. And imagine how that mirror could look like. It could be a mirror with a thick frame or a thin frame, or it could be a frameless mirror just showing an image of you. So I want you to begin to notice the image of you where you're just looking at yourself in the mirror. Looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling whatever emotions and feelings that is going through your body now. And notice how energy is moving around in your body. And imagine how it would feel like if your left leg was slowly beginning to relax now. And the more your left leg is relaxing, your right leg is wants to relax too. And as you keep breathing in your own pace, you can go deeper and deeper into a relaxed state of mind. And I want you to begin visualizing some kind of light coming out of your heart directly into yourself in the mirror. How would it look like if the mirror version of you was reflecting the same light as you were giving from yourself to the mirror now? And just keep breathing and know that your heart's light is connected to whatever you see in the mirror in front of you. And notice the color of this light. Notice the intensity of this light. If you want it to be more intense, then just turn it up, like the volume switch on an old radio. Just and turn up the intensity of the light now. And notice how the light is becoming stronger and stronger. And as it becomes stronger and stronger, the frames of the mirror is slowly disappearing, and you're just connecting to yourself now. Because connecting to yourself is one of the most vital and important things a human being can do. We often start out with connecting to other people, and we never learned how to think in the first place, so we don't know how to connect to ourselves. But this is how we do it. So I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just move that energy around in your body and notice how your heart's light is connecting to you all the way through your body and make that light stronger because energy and is moving. Energy never stands still. It only changes position. So it will always keep moving. So I want you to make this movement of light energy in you, make it faster and faster and faster still, even faster. Do it faster now, just like that. And I want you to wiggle your toes and release all your fucks and smile like you fucking mean it. And you know, the smile doesn't count if you don't show teeth. And wiggle your toes and show those pearly whites. And notice how much better you feel now. And allow yourself to open your eyes and accept that this is your time to connect to yourself now.
That was awesome. Maria, how you feeling? How's everybody else feeling on the live? Throw in the comments. Thank you for that, Peter. That was great.
You're welcome, bro. Like this is completely unplanned. This is what I like. Just going in raw. There's no AI. There's no planning. We're just helping people from the heart.
Exactly. You know, we just DM'd each other and then we're like, yeah, let's go live. That's how these episodes are going. No schedule, no, it's just like we're feeling it. We're feeling it. We're coming on. Melissa got tingles. Maria
And I
says,
think
thank you with Laker heart emojis. Are you a Lakers fan, Maria? I don't know if we could have you on this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a Suns fan. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. Maria, where are you from?
and thank you for
Let's do
sharing,
a
Maria.
locate. Let's do a location check. Where's everybody from? I know Melissa's from Ontario.
There's some dude in the chat named Peter. Like he's from
Peter,
Norway.
Oslo, Norway. And we're doing a co-event in Norway, people that's listening to the replay or watching right now. Release Your Fucks workshop in Norway. When are we doing it? May?
Yes, around 14th of May.
14th of May. So put that on your calendar.
Cheap flight tickets from the US
Yes.
to Europe, Norway.
Maria's from Atlanta, north of Atlanta.
Nice. I've been to the airport in Atlanta.
Me too. I
Had a
got
steak
some.
there.
Ooh, I had Bojangles chicken.
Nice.
It's good. They don't have that
Bojangles
in
chicken.
Arizona.
They don't have that here either. Hello, Saskia. Did I say that? Gregory. That was a lot
That's
easier for
good.
me to say. Hello from Austin. Thank you.
Saskia's studied NLP since a teenager. Awesome. We're going. I'm going to meet Peter at. We're going to do another training in Orlando with Richard Bandler himself, pure NLP,
Yes.
human
Design
design
human
engineering.
engineering.
Yeah,
Oh, it's going to be amazing. We should do another live from there, like in the
sure.
flesh, in the sunsets of Orlandizzle,
We're gonna do that. We're doing coffee talk in person, right? We should.
for sure.
Coffee talk in person needs to be a thing. Needs to be a thing. You know, this is the second episode. Just released the first episode today as well. And I've been going live consistently because like people want this shit. I want to fucking chat and talk with everybody and get Peter on and cool people on that I am inspired by. You know, when I went and did that training in July, it was just awesome shooting the shit with you, Peter, and just learning from you and yeah, hitting up the Red Lobster. And none
Oh,
of this is sponsored. Red Lobster, you can sponsor me, but yeah, we got the Admiral's Feast.
that was so good. It was amazing. Yeah, that's the second time I've been to the US. I went to Orlando, Florida once in 2016, and yeah, again now. And I gotta say, it was a lot more fun the second time. A lot more expensive, but a lot more fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. It was a good time. We went to Universal Studios, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I went there. It turned out that my Viking ass couldn't fit in like any of the rides. So I paid like $250 to get in, and I was standing in line, and I was like, no, I can't fit. My shoulders are too big. I cannot do the Raptor thing. With a couple of rides I could take, like the Hogsmeade train, and I could ride the seat in the bars and drink beer. That's I could fit there.
You could
But
fit
it was amazing.
in the beer line.
I could fit in the beer line. No, but it was amazing for sure. And the cakes in Disney Springs. It's
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Disney Springs awesome. I'm a Disney fan. I love it there. And as we're shooting the shit, as Peter and I are shooting the shit, throw in the comments, those fuckers that are watching, any questions that you have about NLP. We got about 10 minutes left until I gotta leave. So yeah, it's the Q&A time. And if you're watching the replay, watching the episode on Spotify or wherever the fuck this is, you can throw in the comments any questions that you have. Peter is going to be on consistently as my guest. I mean, I'm doing this show fucking nonstop, so
Hmm.
we could answer those questions at that time. But yeah, throw in the comments what questions you have, and Peter and I will continue to shoot the ship for the next 10 minutes. So yeah, I can't wait to be there in March. It's crazy that that's only what 3 months away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna land March 7th. And that's less than 3 months away, I think.
Oh shit. Yeah, I get there this I think I get there the 7th or the 8th too. Shout out Melbourne, Florida. I'll be doing a workshop on the 8th, I believe, in Melbourne, Florida. Peter, you might have to come there with me.
Yep.
I'll bring you along.
Count me
Let me
in.
look at the schedule. March
And while you
9th.
do
March
that,
9th.
that's
Yeah,
the
Sunday,
Sunday.
March 9th. Yeah, Sunday, March 9th. So I fly in March 8th to
Yep.
Orlando. And then, yeah, March 9th, I'll be at Yogi Pierogi Yoga Studios. So the tickets aren't available yet, but you fuckers put that on your calendar, March 9th, Melbourne, Florida. I'll be there. Oh, Maria says those are the colors of our heart colors. So they're not Laker colors. So that's a very
Ah,
good fucking revelation. That's awesome
that's
to hear. I
beautiful
mean,
colors.
beautiful colors.
And we have Practical Magic Living, who is extremely sensitive to movies. Is that like all movies, or the movies inside your head, or if you put on a scary movie on Netflix? Shout out to Netflix, you can sponsor us too. Um,
Yes. Yeah, extremely sensitive to movies. Are you talking about the Notebook type movies?
I
Have you
am
watched the
very,
Notebook, Peter?
yes,
Shit's
but I will
sad.
never admit that I was feeling the feelings.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
was,
I didn't
I
cry at all.
was. No, I mean, I'm a big, strong guy. I don't cry.
Allergies, man. Is it the allergies, the ventilation system?
Yeah, I mean, my neighbor was chopping onions the entire fucking movie, bro. And I'm like, normally the onion scent it doesn't come into my apartment, but when every time I'm watching The Notebook, it's happening. It's it's just onions, dude.
Onions, man.
Onions.
Yeah, extremely sensitive to movies. Yeah, what movies? I'm interested. I don't watch scary movies. Like, I don't watch horror movies. Like, honestly, the last horror movie, to be straight up honest, is Babadook. It's on Netflix, and that shit fucking scared me. Like,
Mm.
I don't even want to share too much about it, but like, when I'd be in a dark room, I would hear that fucking voice, and I'm like, am I tripping out? And I'm like, no, I don't do scary movies anymore. My
Oh no, no.
imagination's already fucking too vivid, you know?
Richard Bandler told in a seminar once that when that movie Jaws came out, you know that shark movies in the 80s or 70s or something. Like he had never had more clients than in that period of time because people were even afraid of taking baths because they made up images in their head like they were going to be eaten by a shark in their own bathtub. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's wild how our imagination runs.
I was scared as a kid swimming in the pool of sharks. And like,
But
no
but
shark is in
that's
this fucking small ass chlorinated pool. But I'm like, nope, there's a shark in the deep end, you know? There's a
could
shark
be.
down there.
It could be, brother.
Oh, yeah. Saskia says, I watched my octopus teacher last night and cried halfway through it. I've heard about that movie. I want to watch that with my son, my octopus teacher. Have you seen that, Peter?
Never heard of it. I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, I guess from what I've heard is, and tell me if this is true, Saskia and everybody in the
Oh,
chat, that octopus says octopusi. How do you say multiple? Octopussy? Octopusi?
I tried
Octop
explaining that
more
once and
octopus.
octopi.
Octopi. But yeah, I
Today's
guess these
octopi.
octopi, more octop. Yeah, the collection of octopus, they yeah, they can feel they're really smart. They're like really intelligent, and it's
Mm.
sad. Yeah, it's just sad that people eat on onion. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that movie.
I want to
If
watch
it's
it too.
here, if it's available on Norwegian Netflix.
Yeah,
It
I
might
guess
not
yeah,
be.
they escape places. They escape out of the
It is
museums,
available.
or yeah. Talk to some people that watched it in the comments. Let's talk about this for our last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're really smart.
Yeah, apparently they are. And yeah, dude, I've just been hung up on this movies in our head, dude. Like like who here in the chat has ever applied for a job? And like you've handed in your job application and then you're starting to create images and stories in your head and going like, "Oh, will I get the job? Do they like me? Or am I good enough for this job?" Why am I talking like that? But like we're creating movies about the future all the time. And sometimes we create movies about other people's reaction. And other times we create movies that is just not going to be true regardless, especially when we're creating alternative futures. Like for instance, how many times have you ever gone through it in your head and be like, ah, I should have done this instead because I did if I did this, then my life would have been so much better. Like I constantly say to myself, oh, if I just bought 1,000 bitcoins in 2010, I would be living on a yacht right now. And so I take an event from my past and I create an alternative universe where that event never happened. And that is it's some kind of self-preservation technique, but it's also a really neat way of making myself feel shitty.
Yeah.
And I think we should be aware of that. Like, okay, throughout history, all movies have the same structure. There is a goal, and there is a hero, and there is an anti-hero. So, in other terms, like there's a protagonist, which is the hero, the antagonist, the anti-hero, or the enemy, and there's a goal. So, whenever you create a movie about your day, you are the hero, unbeknownst to someone, and then you pick enemies. The enemies can be a coworker, it could be your partner, it could be your ex, it could be your friend, it could be the crazy dude that didn't stop on the red light. But you are creating some kind of enemy scenario all the fucking time. The enemy prevents you from reaching the goal. So we got to be aware, which enemy do I create in my head, because it's more than likely not your coworker. It's more than likely not your ex or not your current partner. It is more than likely your own ego and your own ability to create and misinterpret external events, because that is preserving your own self identity. This is a very complex thing, but I'm trying to explain it as easy as possible, because it's just basically movies. You're the hero, there is a villain, and there is something that should happen in the movie, you know? I love movies, man.
Yes, this is yeah, this episode is going to be called The Movies in Your Mind, because uh, it's been great. The movies, it's just like, what movie do I want to watch today? I mean, these are the takeaways I'm getting. Everybody needs to comment their takeaways that they're getting. What I've got from this episode is I'm going to pick better movies myself. I'm going to go to the fucking Blockbuster and Netflix. And when I go stream a movie, I want to pick the right movie that I want today. And
Mm.
I'm thinking like in my own mind, right? I'm a streaming service. Like,
Yes.
and I'm the Netflix in my mind or whatever the fuck it is, Amazon Prime. And it's like nobody would want my streaming service. Like I'm like, oh, here are my movies that you can watch. Like, I want to make sure that my movies are pretty sweet that people want to watch. And that's what I'm getting out of it in my imagination, in my head. What is everybody getting in the comments? Let's see, we got some more comments in here.
Mm. Saskia says spot on. We got one. I see all of my life in movie form, but there's a lot of my memories that are jumbled and not in chronological order. Yes. And hypnosis can help you with that. Do you have like I don't know all of the hypnosis stuff you have on your app, bro, but do you have like any like timeline regression going into past and explore the past stuff?
Yeah, I have some on there. Yeah, going into the past,
Awesome.
exploring that and
Awesome.
morning pages. Yeah. Shout out to the app, Sleep with the Yogi Bryan app. Everybody should go get it, go download it, Sleep with the Yogi Bryan app. But yeah, for practical magic, journaling really helps me with this
Yes.
also. And just like, yeah, just putting out order, like this date, when did this happen, what's happening, and just kind of put things on paper. It's always good to think on paper and put things on paper and see where it is on paper because it's all fucking jumbled in our head anyways. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, what am I doing? Step one, this happened in 19 fucking 85. This here's my timeline. Where is this happening? Just like ancestry.com. I mean, people fucking go on there and they're like figuring out their timelines and who this uncle is. Like my parents are like meeting their 10th uncle and aunt from ancestry.com. They're like, oh, I'm related to this person. So it's kind of like that, putting it on
Mm.
paper. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, instead of your family tree, make your memory tree.
Mm, boom, boom. So yeah,
And
this was great, Peter. We're gonna have you on more in the future. Coffee time with Yogi Bryan here. Shout out to Peter. And just a recap your takeaways, what you were talking about with the movies in your mind. Just do a recap for everybody.
yeah, so your mind is a fantastic movie theater, and it will create movies and still imagery, regardless whether you want it or not. Your mind is created in such a way that it tries to interpret and understand everything that goes around you. And in order to feel safe or to create that understanding, it creates a representation, a movie inside the mind. It will happen regardless. Most of it happens automatically because you throughout your life you've lived, you've had emotions, and those emotions have created generalizations which helps your brain process information really, really quickly. So, if there's one thing you should take away from today's session, is that there's nothing fucking wrong with you. You are fucking perfect. You might have some strategies that kept you safe in the past that is no longer serving its purpose. And you got to be aware of that because those strategies are being upheld by the movies in your head that you keep replaying your past. So it's time to tell your unconscious crew it's time to let go and be the captain of your own ship.
Be the captain of your own ship,
Feel
fuckers.
it to heal it.
Feel it to heal it. Where's your ship going, fuckers? Where is the ship going? You're the captain of your own ship. I love that, Peter. I love those takeaways, summing it all up. And final question to ask yourself, everybody listening to this, is where the fuck is your ship going? Is it going
Where
to
is it?
Norway? Is it going to Norway? Because where can people find you, Peter?
You can find me on Instagram or where's Peter? I gotta change my last name, bro. It's too difficult to pronounce in English, but it's Peter Valderhaug. Valderhaug. And you can find me on nlpeter.com.
Boom. And those links will be in the description. So go follow Peter. If you're in Norway, reach out to him. He does workshops, and we'll be doing a workshop in May. So, yes,
Let's
thank
go.
you so much for being on, Peter. You're
Thank
going to
you
be on
so much
again.
for having me,
So,
man. Thank you so
yes,
much for having me. This was fun. And I hope the chat enjoyed it. I hope everyone watching this live enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
me too, man. Me too, man. See you, everybody. Take